back to the Big Body Podcast. In today's episode, we're going to be primarily talking about discipline. Or I shouldn't say primarily. First, I want to talk about my current state of routine, food habits, and my mindset when it comes to my diet. For those that don't know me, my name is Freddie Raho, and I actually used to weigh 615 pounds, and we are on a weight loss journey for the last 25 years of our life. We've been big our whole life. We got up to the weight of 615. We've lost weight. We've gained weight. We've lost weight. We've gained weight. It's been a lifelong journey of weight loss. So because of that, I'm trying to document my weight loss journey and show you the struggles of it, because a lot of people don't post the actual struggles of it. I try to. And this last 2 weeks were definitely more struggle than benefit. So it is currently February 25th, 2026, and Valentine's Day was about a week and a half ago. On Valentine's Day, backstory, I'm so sorry. Let me go back to the beginning of this year. So the beginning of this year, I was weighing in at 370. I was like, okay, let's lose weight. I'm going to do keto. I was on keto from the beginning of the year to January 14th, or 13th, I should say. January 14th, Valentine's Day, I was like, I've been doing so good. I'm going to give in today. I'm going to eat really good with my girlfriend because we went out to dinner, or not dinner, a brunch, and then did a painting thing, and I wanted to eat and enjoy myself with them. And that was not the best idea, because once I opened that gate, all hell went loose for the last about week and a half. So it was Valentine's Day, then we went to the casino, then we went to the casino with her family, and then we went to Big Bend with friends. So for the last week and a half, it's been kind of vacation mode, honestly. And because of that, I think we've gained at least 5 pounds of fat. And it's unfortunate, but the thing that I need to remember is I can't let that completely throw off the progress that we made from the beginning of the year. So we went in at 370 beginning of the year. Before Valentine's Day, we were weighing at about 350. So we lost 20 pounds on the scale. I weighed in a few days, like yesterday, and I was weighing in at 361, 362. So we took 20 steps up. We took 11 steps back. Not to matter of getting those steps to keep going. We just got to keep walking. We got to make sure not to just let ourselves go completely. Because if we do at this point, we're going to get back up to the weight of 400 or 500 pounds. It'll be bad. So what I'm doing to keep that habit going is I'm restarting keto. I'm currently on a 36-hour fast, give or take. I didn't eat all of yesterday. I haven't eaten yet today. I'm going to do at least through today. I'll probably eat tomorrow. So I'll do a 48-hour to 70-hour fast, give or take, because that'll help kickstart keto completely. If you do a 3-day fast, you basically kick your start into keto fully, and that's the goal. Now, onto discipline. What this video is primarily, or this podcast is primarily about. Discipline, I'm going to define discipline in my words. I'm sure it's defined online in these words just jumbled up in different terms. Discipline is basically just doing something that you have to do no matter how you feel. You have to stay disciplined. And discipline is the hardest thing for anything in life. But if you have discipline, you can do anything. The hardest part about discipline is staying consistent and not giving up. I truly think that anybody can do almost anything for a short amount of time. I think anybody can fast for 24 hours. Might they feel like shit? Yes. Might they feel like they're dying? Yes. But they can do it. Anybody can fast for 48 hours. Most people can probably fast 72 hours, but obviously depends on your age and how you feel, whatever. But why I say this is because discipline just comes down to doing what you need to do regardless of how you feel. Right? Now let's talk about discipline throughout my life. So I grew up in a household of a single mother from Guatemala. She was an immigrant from Guatemala, came to the States whenever she was 20 for school. She had a lot of discipline. She didn't raise us with discipline. to the degree that I'm going to raise my kids with. That being, she let us ditch school if we wanted to. She wasn't at, but here's the thing. I'm gonna give her the she has the benefit of the doubt because she was a single mother of two when she had to work from 8 in the morning to 7 at night just to feed us, you know? So she did the best that she could. But discipline wasn't instilled in me. Discipline was always something I struggled with and struggle with because it's not easy. Like discipline, some people are ingrained discipline from their parents, if they have army parents, if they have teacher parents, if like certain parents instill it very easily into them because that's just how they were raised or they are being raised, or regardless of the factor. It's hard. It's hard. But that doesn't mean that it's impossible. And going back to what I was trying to say about my life. So I'm so sorry. This is so all over the place. I need to, for the next one, I should do more of a structure. I think I said this for the last one, but I should do more of a structure. But nobody's gonna really watch these. Hopefully, I do these once a month for the next 4 years, and whenever people come back, I'm like, damn, he's grown a lot. Like I'm hoping that 4 years from now, whenever we're doing guest, or a year from now when we're doing guest, I don't know when, they'll be able to see the progression, and that's what these are kind of for. Just seeing the progression of growing, because these conversations are very unnatural. Like I'm talking to a phone right now. But the concept for these videos are basically a topic where I talk about and relate it to my life, and for you to grow and for you to learn something, and for you to get a little insight on my life, on how it pertains to my life, and how can help benefit you. And this episode is discipline. So how it pertained to my life. I think it's just habit. Like I think the easiest way. Okay, let me go back. I'm so sorry. I should have again wrote this down, but let me go back and talk about the difficulties of discipline throughout my life. So growing up, my mom she tried her best, but at a certain age, whenever we're like 14, 15, like middle school, high school, she wasn't able to parent us the way that she should have been able to parent us. Like we were just very, I'll say I was very stubborn. Like if I didn't want to go to school, I didn't go to school. She would get letters, she would get calls from the office, and she would do her best, but she just couldn't control me. And it wasn't to a crazy degree. Like I had to make up hours in high school. Like it wasn't too bad. I passed. I got my degree, but it went to the point where outside of high school, I didn't have the structure. And even nowadays, if I don't have structure, it's hard for me to do things sometimes. And what really helped me start getting disciplined is working out. In high school, I did football. In outside of high school, I did weightlifting. More recently, I've done food, but even that one's a little bit different of a journey. There will be moments of silence in this because there's no script. I'm kind of just going off the top of my head, and I apologize for that. But what I have learned in the last 5 to 6 years of my real weight loss journey, the easiest way to stay disciplined is habit stacking. So, for example, and for more details about this, read Atomic Habits. Atomic Habits is a really good book, and it's basically just 1% better every day. And they talk about habit stacking. For example, it's Monday. Hypothetically, it's not Monday, it's Wednesday, but let's say it's Monday. On Monday, I'm going to go to the gym and walk for 10 minutes. That's my first habit. I'm going to do that every day for 2 weeks. Okay, now that you have that habit done, now I'm going to go to the gym for 20 minutes. Now I'm going to go to the gym for 30 minutes. Now I'm going to eat a little healthier. And what I did was I weighed 615 pounds. There was a point where I was at the lake with my friends. I was walking up a hill. At the top of the hill, I had to sit down to catch my breath. Because of that, I went to the doctors and they said I was going to die before my mom. Whenever they said that, I realized I had to do something. So that day, I started eating less. Instead of eating 14-piece family meal from Popeyes, I started eating a 5-piece or an 8-piece, or sometimes even a 10-piece. But instead of eating 14 pieces, I started eating 10 or 8 or 5. And over time, I started eating less and less. I started habit stacking a healthy diet. I never stopped eating like shit for the first 2 years of my diet. I was weighing 600 pounds, 500 pounds, 400 pounds, and still eating fried wings, fried thighs, pizza, like I was eating like shit still, but I was eating less. At a certain point, I started plateauing. So then I started eating healthier. I started eating chicken and rice, salads, protein shakes, stuff like that. And so I went from eating like shit to eating less shit to eating healthier. And then I started working out. Like, it wasn't just a overnight thing, because if you can make it an overnight thing, yeah, there is that 1% of people that can probably do that, but 99% of people can't do it over an overnight change and keep it and sustain that. That's the hardest part about weight loss and just life in general, is sustaining your habits. You want to make sure that what you do is sustainable so you can constantly do it without wanting to give up. So that was food. That's what I did for food. Now, working out wise, I started walking. I would literally walk to my gym, which was 25 minutes away. I'd work out for 2 workouts. I would do a bench press for 2 sets. I would do an incline bench for 2 sets, and I'd walk home. Like, I would work out it would be like 45 minutes, but let's say 50 minutes. But 40 of those minutes were walking. 10 of them were working out in the gym. And over time, I started doing a little bit more and a little bit more. I started doing F45, which is a high intensity interval training class. But now I'm not really doing that much. I'm trying to focus on my diet. I'm trying to habit stack the diet aspect, which unfortunately the Valentine's Day conundrum unfortunately set us back on that one. But hopefully, no, not hopefully, moving forward, we're going to break that habit. And I think it's okay to have breaks. It really is okay to have breaks. You need to have a break in your diet. You need to be able to go eat sushi if you want it. But you just need to not break your habit, because one day is an exception, 2 days and you have it. I heard that recently and I thought that was amazing. But I'm kind of rambling a little bit. I will just leave you off on, I'm going to make this a short one. How long have we been going? We've been going for 13 minutes, so not too long. I'll leave you guys off on discipline is one of the hardest things for most people. But once you can get disciplined for whatever it is in your life, whether it be career, health, those are the main 2, right? Career, health, and relationships. Yeah. Career, health, relationships. It's just a matter of staying consistent. But that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. This one was really scattered. The next one, I don't know what it'll be on. And who knows? Maybe I'm going to just keep doing these. Maybe in next month, it'll be completely different type of podcast. But right now, it's kind of just me yapping. And I will see you guys in the next one. Later, guys.